Yeah, absolutely. I just turned 60 in November. I've been a personal trainer and nutritional counselor for over 30 years. I've shared my personal testimonial a few times, and I'm going to switch gears because I feel like there's somebody watching this today that needs to hear this. We spend a lot of time focusing on burning visceral fat, and there's some really incredible stories. I have my own very incredible stories about burning visceral fat, but I'm going to share something very dear and near to my heart, and it's my son's story. My son just turned, well, he's 29 years old. He's married and has his first child on the way. He's due next month. My son has struggled with OCD, anxiety, depression, and sadness all of his teenage life and most of his adult life. In high school, we had him on psychiatric drugs just to help balance out the brain chemistry, and he decided it was time to come off of those. That was, about 10 years ago. He lives 6 miles down the road from me, and I speak to him about 2 or 3 days a week. We see him once a week, and I hadn't heard from him in a couple of weeks, and I was calling and messaging and nothing, no response. And so I messaged again. I said, all right, you guys are worrying me. What's going on? You don't disappear usually like this. And it took a few more days for he and his wife to call me on video messenger chat. And he was struggling again with severe depression and sadness. He's like, Mom, something's got to give. My baby's on the way. I can't be this for my child. I'm thinking about going back on psychiatric drugs again. And Kendra, my business partner, some of you guys met earlier today, she's got a background, she's a medical background, she's a nurse, and she said, let's get him on Fix. So I didn't know if he was open, even though he's into nutrition and fitness. He's a bodybuilder. He's done all the stuff. And so he agreed to it because he was at that place. He was willing to try anything. A week and a half in, when I say depression and sadness, it was life threatening. He was not participating in his own life. But a week and a half in, he reported that the sadness and depression was gone. He's been on the product now 6 weeks, and I was on video chat with him the other day, and I said, okay, babe, mental health, let's talk about it. Where are you at right now on a scale from 1 to 10? 10 being woohoo, and 1, I can't get out of bed. He said most days he's a 7 or an 8. Some days he's an 8 or a 9. And the days that he intentionally spends time in meditation and time with Jesus, he's a 10. In my son's entire life, he has never been able to say he has joy and happiness, and the depression and the sadness is gone. And as you can imagine, as a parent, as a child, I broke down and cried because we want to fix our children. We want to do everything we can so that our children are productive and healthy and thriving. And so for the first time in his life, he's thriving because of this product.